She did return, not only on the following day, but on hundreds of occasions, sometimes appearing several times during the day or the night. The girls knew when Our Lady was going to appear to them, thanks to what the girls themselves called the lamadas, or interior calls. They received 3 interior calls, in which they experienced an increasing joy that preceded and announced the apparition. After the 3rd interior call, the joy was so intense that they began to run from wherever they were towards the place of the apparition. They arrived almost simultaneously and fell onto their knees abruptly in an ecstatic trance. In August of 1961, the girls began to walk during their ecstasies. They left the objects on tables next to the girls' houses, which were placed there for that very purpose. They normally held out the crucifix to whomever the Blessed Virgin indicated to the girls. After an ecstasy, Conchita found out that those who had kissed the crucifix, though they were indeed dressed as priests, were in reality priests. During the ecstasies, the girls recognized priests and religious on numerous occasions, though they were dressed normally, with no way for the girls to distinguish them other than through the visions. There was no way for the girls to know to whom each article belonged. Even so, during the ecstasies, with their faces always turned upwards and with their eyes fixed on heaven, guided by the vision, in all of the thousands of times that they returned rosaries, medals, wedding rings, and other religious objects to their owners, they never made a mistake. On a certain occasion, the girls were surprised to find a powder compact among the objects to be kissed by the Blessed Virgin. They doubted whether to present to her a seemingly secular object. But when the Blessed Virgin arrived, the first thing she asked to kiss was the compact, saying that it belonged to her son. When the ecstasy ended, the owner of the compact revealed that during the Spanish Civil War, the compact had been used to take the Eucharist to prisoners and to those who were about to be executed. Album Beso, with their eyes fixed upwards, they walked forwards and backwards throughout the village. Album Marces. During the first apparitions, the girls offered pebbles to the child Jesus, whom the Blessed Virgin sometimes brought with her because they wanted to make him laugh. The child did not take the pebbles, but our mother did. She kissed them and requested that they be given to certain people after the ecstasy. The onlookers soon began to give the girls numerous religious objects for Our Lady to kiss, or when the girls were not present during the ecstasies. Our little protagonists always brought a crucifix which they offered to the onlookers to venerate. Little by little, as word of the events spread, visitors began arriving in the village of Garabandal, some from other parts of Spain, others from abroad. Each day, between 500 and 3,000 people would come, joining the villagers in prayer as they waited in anticipation for the apparitions. Among the first to arrive were well-respected theologians, professors, diocesan priests, and members of religious orders, some of whom held prominent positions within the church. Though still youthful in their mannerisms, they were found to be well-balanced and ordinary in every way. Despite the unusual events surrounding them, the girls remained diligent in their studies, household duties, and work in the fields. During the apparitions, they sometimes remained in prayerful vigil until the early hours of the morning, often enduring harsh weather, rain, cold, and even snow. While others arrived out of breath and exhausted, the girls showed no signs of fatigue. They would fall forcefully to their knees on rocky ground without injury. During the ecstasies, they walked both forward and backward through the village's uneven streets, and even across rough terrain, with their heads tilted back and eyes focused heavenward. Despite being completely unable to see where they were going, they never stumbled or fell. These individuals conducted theological and doctrinal investigations and closely examined the lives of the visionaries. Soon, many priests and doctors made their way to the small mountain village. Seeking to assess the authenticity of the apparitions, they concluded that the girls were physically and psychologically healthy, showing no signs of instability or attention-seeking behavior. She taught the girls to reject sin and helped shape their consciences, patiently answering the countless questions they posed. The girls exhibited complete insensitivity to pain even when pricked with needles or touched with lit cigarettes. During these moments, their bodies became inexplicably heavy. No one could lift or move them, not even slightly. Their eyes remained wide open, fixed on the apparition, yet bright camera flashes and intense lights produced no reaction. After each apparition, the girls expressed a deepened love for Jesus and Mary and an earnest desire to share their experience with others. Their pure and trusting relationship with the Blessed Virgin was remarkable. On occasion, she even played with them, and she often bid them farewell with a gentle kiss. The Blessed Virgin frequently reminded them to obey their parents and encouraged them to offer sacrifices, particularly for the sanctity of priests and for the perseverance of those who were struggling in their vocations. Doctors and other observers were astonished by the extraordinary physical phenomena that accompanied the ecstasies. They would run swiftly to the site of the apparition, always arriving first even before the strongest and fastest young men. None of this can be explained by natural means.